Good evening, everyone. Hello, dear colleagues from Tajikistan, Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan, Uzbekistan, uh, also many other countries from the world. Thank you very much for joining us today. Before we start, let me introduce myself. My name is Zuhro Saidova. I work as a program assistant in the C5+1 ED program for Tajikistan, and I welcome all of you in this session, which is part of the online intensive course for early career educators organized by the participants of the C5+1 ED program. And during this course, we explore practical strategies that can be used in our daily teaching and improve the outcomes of our students. So many of you are joining this course just today. We decided for the last module of the course to make the platform open for all who expressed interest and showed motivation to join it. So I have sent emails inviting all of you here, and thank you very much for accepting this invitation. I am really glad to see all of you here. But before we start with the sessions, let me also say a couple of more words about the course. During this year, last year and part of this year, English language teachers all across Central Asia participated in the professional development program. They have studied online, then they participated in 1 month intensive training in Almaty, Kazakhstan, and then they continued their program participation online again. And during all this period, they learned a lot about modern teaching methods, TESOL methodologies, and they decided to organize this course where they could share their knowledge, where they could share something that they found practical, especially useful and effective in their classes. And that's how we decided to organize this course. But as we are all here, participants of the C5+1 ED program, are young educators, we really hope for your support because today many experienced teachers are joining us. And I kindly ask all of you to be active during the sessions and use this platform as the opportunity not only to listen to the speakers and learn something from them, but also to exchange ideas and share your own experiences connected to the topics of the session. And yes, discuss, answer, and share. Yes, you can do that in the chat or unmute yourself and say your thoughts out loud. So today we start the fourth week of the course, and this is our last module. And today we are going to talk about communicative language teaching. First, we will have a session facilitated by Shahzoda Marupova, who is going to talk about communicative activities for teaching reading and writing in large and low-tech classrooms. She's going to share her best practical strategies that actually worked in her classes, and I believe that can work effectively in yours as well. And after that, we are hosting Nuriya Shurmamadova, who is going to talk about activities for teaching speaking and listening. She's also going to specifically focus on large and mixed abilities classrooms and talk about how you can increase interaction with minimal resources. And then on Saturday, we continue to talk about engaging and meaningful activities for language teaching. And I will introduce the topics of Saturday on Saturday. So let me put this small intrigue for you to join us on Saturday again. So we can start with the first part of today's session, and let me start. Shahzoda, do you want to share your screen yourself, or do you need my support with that?
It will be great if you share it. Yeah.
Okay, good. So you just tell me when to go to the next slide.
Okay.
So
Okay.
let me
So,
prepare it.
hello everyone. As Ms. Zuhro introduced, I'm Shahzoda. I was one of the participants of C5 plus one EDU program. And I'm really happy to see you all here, and I'm so grateful for your support and for joining us today. Also, I truly hope that I can share some useful knowledges that you can take away and you will use it in your classrooms. And as you know, we all are from different countries and we all are living in different parts of our countries, and some of our students are from further parts and some of them are living in the villages. And that's why most of them don't have like access to tools, technology, and computers. And that's why today we will talk about how to use some strategies for reading and writing in large, low-tech classrooms. So I would be really happy if you will be active and we will have discussions and if you share your experience and ideas. So if you are ready, we can start. Ms. Dufro, everything is great. If yes, we can start.
Can you see my screen?
Yes, I can see about others. I don't know. Yep.
Yes, yes, we can
Okay.
see.
Okay. Great.
Okay.
Okay, so let's get started then. Today, as you understood, we will talk about how to teach reading and writing communicatively, even in large classrooms with limited technologies. Like as I've mentioned before, in some parts of our country, we don't have like enough technologies, and many teachers think that communicative teaching requires like computers, like technologies or digital tools, but in reality, communication means interaction between students. And of course, as you see, by the end of the session, you will be able to get some useful information, identify the core principles of communicative language teaching for reading and writing. Yeah, of course, and use eight low touch strategies based on skill area. We can move with the next slide. Yes, so let's get continue. Communicative reading and writing. What is communicative reading and writing? Next one. In communicative reading, many people think that it's just reading. It's not reading. It's dialogue with the author. uh I don't know, guys. I don't know. Maybe if you have noticed, when we were child, when we were reading some stories or fairy tales, we were thinking that we imagined that we are inside of it. And also, it's like that during the reading. And we have to feel it that we are having dialogue with the author, where we understand it, when we understand what's the author talking, what does he mean, it would be like easy to understand the main goal of the text. So, in communicative classrooms, reading is a purposeful search for meaning, and the readers talk back to the text by predicting, questioning, and reacting. So, yeah, still do this. Yeah, inshallah. I also do it. Like, I also imagine, even when I'm reading, some, I don't know, news or something else, every time I try to be inside the text and try to understand what's the author talking about. Yeah, okay. We can move with the next slide. It will be about communicative writing. Yes. So communicative writing, writing for reader. Communicative writing moves away from writing for the teacher to grade, and it moves toward writing for an audience to respond to. And in this case, success is measured by whether the reader understood the message and could act on it. And the task of writing for reader is students write to accomplish something social. And yes, can you move to the next slide, please? And also, I want to mention one very important moment. Reading, it's exchanging meaning and disguise idea with others. I can read a lot of books in one day and I can keep all inside myself, but it's not the real reading. And the same with writing. Writing for real audience with interaction and collaboration. Yes, and also during reading, we should have, as I've mentioned before, have dialogue with all authors. Okay, can we move to the next one, Zuhro? Like every time I'm saying. Okay, before saying you about some activities, before showing you some activities, also I want to give you some more information. Communicative reading is not like silent reading followed by comprehension questions only, and it involves also discussions, predictions, and sharing information and interactions, especially in your classroom. Like when students are reading and they're sharing information with each other, they have like interaction with each other and they have like games or discussing it. And about communicative reading, it's not just writing essays for the teachers or something else or writing some text. It includes writing together, responding to peers, and writing with a purpose. And the main, the key word here is writing with a purpose. The main idea is that students use language to communicate meaning. Yes. Okay, we can move over to some reading activities. Yes, and here, as you see, we are giving you some reading activities. Jigsaw reading, running dictation, information gap, and prediction reading. Here I'm giving you 4 of them, and let I explain you what kind of activities they are. And before explaining, I would to ask your opinion. What kind of activities do you use during your classes? Like while you're teaching, or I don't know, while you're having any reading activities, or like when students are reading, what kind of activities you are using during your classes? I would be
I
happy
remember,
if you share your ideas. Yeah, I
yeah, I-
saw I saw your messages. However, it would be really great if you talk, if of course you have
Hello.
time.
Hello, everyone.
yeah,
My name is Nur.
Hello.
Hello, I'm from Kazakhstan. Do you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. So the communicative reading activities. So I use this one, Jigsaw, a running dictation. It's so motivating and
Yeah.
engaging activities. Also, I think it's well known for us. This they share. Actually, I mean the students share their ideas.
Yeah.
Which they read the text and share their ideas. They wrote down their specific information about the text.
Yes. Yes, you are right. You are 100% right. I also like this activity so much because
Mhm.
in this activity they're sharing really
Mhm.
information. Okay, who else? Who wants to share?
can
Thanks so
I,
much, my dear. I'm happy.
hello, can I add something myself? Um, so I remember my students reading a text, actually two different texts
Hmm.
from 9A unit of English file pre-intermediate, and the information was split into two or three different texts um, about um, dangerous animals.
Oh,
Like it's a good example of jigsaw reading, but I failed to understand the running dictation technique. Can you please provide some examples? Thank you.
okay. Okay, I got it. I got it.
May I
Thanks.
also answer?
Dilfuza, hello.
Hi,
How are
it's so
you?
nice to meet you.
Me too. Happy
And
to see you.
thank you for your presentation, for today's presentation. Uh,
Welcome.
some communicative reading activities, I also try to use the communicative reading activities. First of all, here, mostly I use prediction reading, like Before starting reading, I ask students to look at the picture or just to look at the title and then predict what are we going to read today or what's happening in this picture. What do you think? What are we going to read today? Like this questions I ask them.
Mhm. And
Sometimes
mhm.
pictures are very useful in order to connect the students with the reading. Pictures they help us to how to say to have more communicative reading.
Yes, in this case, you're right. I'm also agree with that. Yeah, you can use this with I did it with third grade, fourth grade, and second grade also. It really helps, and like they share their opinion because they also like pictures, and some photos. And of course, in this case, as you have mentioned, they start predicting, and it would be really interesting to understand the whole text to students. Okay, and also, I see Shahlo wants to share her opinion. Shahlo, you're welcome, my dear. I would be really happy to hear you. Thank you so much, Dilfuza.
Hello, everyone.
Hello, how are you?
So I'm great. So I'm really happy to see you again.
Me too.
And I want to share my mind, my opinion. So, what kind of skills do I use during my lessons? Actually, I use three of them. First of all, jigsaw reading is one of the best idea and one of the really helpful for me. Why? Because when I was a student in my own
Uh-huh.
university, my teacher also used jigsaw reading for us because she gave us maybe 4 or 5 minutes. And after that one, we need to read any kind of text and retell it during 4 or 5 minutes. For some students it is really hard uh, to
To
understand
read the
all of
whole
the
text.
text.
Yeah.
Yep, and explain it. Maybe they miss some part of it, and it was really easy for us in when our teacher like how can I say, like gave us
Yeah,
one
divided
extract
text.
and to yes divide the text for several students, and after that one we shared information, and it was really easy to understand the core of the text.
Yeah.
And also the running dictation, it was also interesting for me, and still I do it. For example, while some students for example, if you read any kind of text, sometimes it is really difficult to understand
Yeah.
it, the meaning of it. But the time when somebody explain it to you, it is really easy to understand from other people's mind. And then while using this kind of running dictation, some people, for example, read it or explain any kind of text, and other student, the rest of the student, write their idea. Also, they added any kind of information which they understood from the text, and at the end, we could understand that people or students could understand the core of the text easily.
Yes, I'm agree with you because for example, Diffusa mentioned that pictures they could help them to predict. However, when our students like it's a student, like, yeah, for example, they're studying at universities and there is no any pictures in the text. And in this case, it's very great when you are dividing the text to the students and they are reading it and sharing information with each other. As you have mentioned, Shifo, like for one person it would be really difficult to read the whole text because the text is really big, but when we divide them between students it's really easy to understand, and it would be like how can I explain you, it would be easy, and also it would be interactive to students, like they will be like happy to hear others, and also they can practice their listening skills. Okay, thank you so much,
Yeah.
Shifo, for your opinion. Sarvini, so if I'm not mistaken, you also wanted to share your opinion. Yeah? Savrini, so. Yeah,
Uh,
Savrini, so.
yeah,
Boshur Begova, hello, my
hello
dear.
everyone.
Hello.
Nice to meet you. And
Nice
I'm
to meet
also
you too.
I'm also as an English instructor want to share some of my reading
Mhm.
activity with you. And what are some activity I'm using during my teaching? These are like running and reading, matching
Mhm.
headlines, a paragraph, opinion corners,
Yeah.
also spot the differences, gallery walk reading, and also sometimes I'm using problem solving from the text,
Mhm.
and also agree and disagree statement.
Yeah.
These are some activity I'm using in my class.
Yeah, thank you so much. The activities which you are using during your class, I'm really happy of hearing that, because the activities which you were using during your class, while I was student at University of Central Asia, my teacher used the same activities for teaching IELTS and TOEFL. Yeah. I was
Yeah,
studying there for TOEFL, and she was doing the same activities. Yeah, because there we also had like matchings and matchings and like also skimming and scanning. It really helps, by the way, when the text
yeah,
is really big. Yeah, okay, thank you so much. I see some other students want to share their opinion. Nicholas Kayamba. So I would be happy to hear you also.
Oh, yes. Hi, I'm Nicholas.
Hello.
Yeah, I also work here in Central Asia, in Kazakhstan. And
Oh, hello, hello,
yeah,
our friend from
actually,
Kazakhstan. Happy to see you.
yeah, I also worked in Kyrgyzstan. But anyway, I was talking about this prediction. We have an addition to this because I teach students in the 10th and 11th grade who do
Mm-hmm.
IELTS. We
Oh,
have anticipation, it's also part of text prediction. Like before you do the reading, you kind of set up questions for them and ask for their anticipation from the text,
yeah,
not just to predict, like what do they anticipate. Like we have some leading questions, like you present
yeah,
to them, like you present the title of the text. First of all, it gives clues to what they anticipate from the text, and
yes.
then they may share their general knowledge about it. For example, you could ask them, like they're going to read a text about maybe bringing cinnamon to Europe, for example. This is one of the
Mm-hmm.
IELTS texts.
Yeah,
And then they may share their opinion. What is cinnamon? What is it used for? What do they anticipate from this? So anticipation can also like open up the students' mind to accept the reading and probably also to fulfill their prediction, because when you anticipate something, it's kind of predicted. So when you read the text, it becomes a bit easier. It also feels a bit positive. You feel happy if your prediction has come to pass, if you find it in the
yes,
text.
exactly.
And that means, yeah, the text becomes easier. The same technique can be used in IELTS, like listening, section one. Actually, all
Mm-hmm.
sections, usually we give students chance to look at the questions. For example, in section one, they have this gap feeling, so they read through this pretty fast, and then they try to anticipate some information. Like probably I
Mm-hmm.
need to listen to something about maybe the length of the journey. I need to listen to something about the activities done. I need to listen to the price of something, the name of a place, or the name of a person. So this gap feeling information also builds up the anticipation. And that's why when they read the questions, like the first
Mm-hmm.
six questions, and the listening comes in because they are
Yeah,
anticipating, it becomes a bit easy to select
yes,
these details, specific details they want to understand the text. So, anticipation is a technique. It's an abstract technique, actually, which we use for advanced
mm-hmm.
students to help them simplify their texts in either in reading or even in listening.
Yeah, and also I want to mention one very important moment, Mister. In the beginning of your speech, you just told about the title of the text.
Yeah, yeah,
And I remember while I was learning IELTS, while I was student, and my teacher told the same thing, that a title, it is like the half part of the text. When you
exactly.
understand the title, it would be easy for you to understand the other part of the text, because the main role in the text plays title. Yes, for example, you are reading the whole text, but you don't know what is it about if you don't understand the title of the text. And the same thing with the IELTS listening. Yeah, like when you understand the question, yeah, you can then solve some, like, I don't know, questions, or you can find answers. If you don't understand, you are done, mister. You cannot. Yeah, thank you so much, mister, for your ideas. I truly appreciate it. And
Wow.
let's have one more student here who wants to share her opinion. Mutriba Ismailova. Hello, Miss Mutriba. If you're able, you can speak.
Yes,
It's
hello.
very
Good
interesting to
evening,
me to hear
everyone.
your ideas. I'm really happy that you're so active today. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you very much for your very interesting presentation, because as we know, communicative reading activities is very crucial for comprehension. And my favorite one, it's about jigsaw reading and running dictation, but it depends of our aim of reading. If we want to divide the big text into subgroups and make it easy in a short time to be understandable for students, jigsaw reading is the best one.
Yeah.
If we want to make our memory more powerful and remember the text, running dictation, I think it's the very interesting, in order to make memory work harder and to memorize the part of the text which is read. And the information gap, it's about how to make the data, the figures of the text to remember easier. It will help us as the diagram when help students to identify the main part of the read text, I think. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Yes, as I see, most of our participants, they already know about all these activities. I'm so happy of that you know it and you're already using them. It makes me so much happy. Thanks one more time, Utriba, Nicholas, and all other participants sharing your opinion. It really motivates me. Okay, so next continue. I'll give you also some information about these activities, like jigsaw, as you have mentioned, our adorable teachers. Jigsaw reading works well in also large classrooms, yeah, because each student becomes responsible for information, like they are already responsible for this information, and this increases participation of students. And running dictation, it combines movement, reading, speaking, and also writing. It is very good, engaging, and requires absolutely no technology. Yep. And information gap activities create real communication, because students must talk to complete the task. And it's very, very, like, it's like my favorite, I can say, reading activities, that they students, they have to talk, they have to make some interactions, they have to exchange information between each other. And so next one, prediction reading. Prediction reading activates students' background, yeah, knowledge, and increase motivation. Like they're predicting, they don't know the whole text, and of course their brain starts to work. Yes, oh, can I imagine what is that, and what will be next? Or maybe they will use their feedback knowledge which they had, yeah, to predict the text. Okay, we can move to the next page, Mrs. Zuhro, if you are able. Communicative writing activities. What are some communicative writing activities? So, next. Okay, also I want to ask the same question, my teachers. What kind of activities do you use during writing? Somebody who wants to share her opinion or strategies, maybe, you know, or you use, I would be happy to hear.
Can I?
Of course, yes. I'm happy to see you one more time. Hello.
I saw how I saw that. So especially when we have communicating writing activities, this will be essays,
Argument writing.
essays, and the letter especially we should write a letter. And some other tasks, fulfilling, matching activities, writing. It depends only to the grades level and also the ages, actually, and also it's dependent on the topics. If we have pleasure, we have types of sometimes writing a letter at the end of lessons. We should write about letter, especially letter about to your friend. Write your letter to your friend about your favorite animals. It's especially this kind of topics we write about for primary schools. Then we have some global solving problems. Sometimes we should write for secondary skills, especially this type of writing belong to the high schools.
Yes, yes, you're right. It really belongs to high schools because, as you mentioned, they are already like adults, yeah, and they understand better. Of course, thank you so much for your opinion, my dear. I was happy to hear you one more time. Okay, somebody else, who else wants to share your opinion or strategies which you are using?
Can I?
Mhm, I'm all ears.
Okay.
And also,
Hello.
hello, Dilnoza.
How are you?
I'm
Glad
fine.
to see you.
Thank you, me too.
Can I try?
Of course you can. You're welcome. Most welcome.
In my class, thank you. In my class, usually just to use collaborative writing because all my students will work together in a pairs
Yeah,
or groups, or they will create some text. For example,
yeah.
we'll share some ideas, we'll discuss some vocabulary. I think that collaborative writing much more useful for my students, and I just usually I use this kind of communicative writing. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you so much. You are right because it's really useful for students. And as I see, many teachers are also writing on chat that they're also using communicative. Oh, sorry, collaborative writing. Yeah, and group story writing, class poster creation, project writing. I'm so happy that you're sharing your opinion. Thank you so much, Sabrini. So yeah, Jumagul, hello.
Thank
Me
you.
too. I would be happy to hear you if you're able. Um, so, if you are able, you can speak Jumagul. I would be happy. If no, if somebody else who wants to share, while I was student, if a teacher asked me something to write, every time I tried to imagine. I don't know why, but I like to use my imagination. Every time I tried to use my imagination, for example, no matter like about what was writing. Every time I tried to use my imagination, like if she told me to write about, I don't know, my country, I tried to use my imagination in which part of country I was, and I tried to write all these parts like a real part, yeah. And that's why, like, I also like when students use their imagination during the writing. It really helps them to develop their thinking and to develop their brain. Okay, we can move on the next about our this writing activities. Collaborative writing, dicta clause, dialogue writing, and also peer feedback. So collaborative writing in this activity grow paragraph writing with rules. They're writing with rules, yeah. And as most of our teachers mentioned, it's very good activity and useful activity for our students, and no matter in which grade they are. Dicta clocks, a student, they have to reconstruct text together. I also like this activity because they have to work together. And when students have interaction between each other, I'm sure that teachers can get better results. And dialogue writing, students write conversation and perform. And in this case, in dialogue writing, what I like most, they use their imagination. They have to think, they have to memorize, they have to use their feedback knowledge which they had, yeah, and they have to use all whatever they have in their brains. Because when you give them like perform, they know their role and they do their best. My role is the best one, and they have just one idea. My role is the best one, and I have to show up myself. Okay, peer feedback. And in this case, what I like in this activity, what I like, students they give feedback using checklists. Yeah, and they give feedback using checklists, and also this kind of activity, it increases learners autonomy and reduces teacher workload. And also in all these activities, they are really like I want to say that they are most common and they are like well known, but as I see, most of teachers, they are using it, and just some of them, they don't know it. And I would be really happy if you use all these activities during your class, during your writing or reading activities. Yeah. We can move to the next page, Miss Sukhro, if you are able. Yeah. So in this page, we will talk about some practical strategies that work in low-touch classrooms. And here, as you see, dear teachers, I mentioned some points like group leaders, clear roles, pair and group rotation, double paper materials, classroom movement, peer assignment, notebooks as learning portfolio. So, what do they mean? Group leaders, when you have group leaders, they help you manage large classrooms and reduce chaos. It's like your helper. Yeah. They will be your helper. They will help you. Yeah. Like they will help you like a leader because they have responsibility. Yeah. And clear roles. Clear roles increase responsibility and participation because already students know what they have to do and what is their part. In this case, it's clear for them, yeah? They understand what we want from them. Like, I mean, what teachers want from them. So, next one, pair and group rotation. And peer and group rotation ensures all students interact. In this case, in this activity, students interacting and sharing information with each other, that it's one of the most important part, I guess, of the learning. Yeah, because while they have interaction and when they are sharing, they can earn new knowledge and they can practice their speaking. Next one, readable materials save time and resources. While we are giving them materials, yeah, it saves our time, it saves teachers time, it helps to us, yeah, and it helps us and it saves our time, and students understand, or like when they have the material next to them, it's more understandable for them and they understand, they know what they have to do. Okay. Next one, classroom movement. Movement increase energy and engagement. What does it mean? I like when students have energy and when they are not tired. That's why I mentioned this part, because for me it's really important. I don't like when students are sleepy. And that's why I have a lot of activities. Like I make them to sometimes run, sometimes like play some roles or something else during our lessons, that they were active. Yeah, while they are active, I'm sure that I can get like better results in my classes. Okay, now peer assignment. Peer assignment develops autonomy. I like peer assessment. Sorry. The school where I work, there are 16 students, yeah, in one class, and when I ask them to assess each other, uh, I see how they are motivated. I see how they're engaged, and I see how they like to praise their classmates. Yeah, and they're happy of that. Like they feel kind of motivation and responsibility. Yes, and they feel like, oh, like I have to give some information that they feel themselves like responsible person, that if they give some bad feedback, they know that like their friend will be sad. Yeah, and that's why I really like it. For example, I say, okay, assess each other, give feedbacks. Yeah, and in this case, it really helps my student to have interaction between each other and sharing information also. And one more thing, that it increases their friendship. Yeah. Okay. Notebook as learning portfolio. The last one. Notebooks can become a powerful learning tool even without technology. Yes. Uh, I don't know about other teachers how they are doing, but in my class, every time my students are using notebooks, and it's a reality that it can be like a very powerful learning tool. Yeah. Exit tickets are very helpful too. I also use it. You're right. Yeah, thank you. And if Miss Sukhro, you are ready, we can move to the next page. Yep. And here in this part, some takeaways. And the most important thing, as you have mentioned, dear teachers, many times I've mentioned interaction. And I want that you remember, interaction is more important than technology. And when students they have interactions, they are sharing, they are talking to each other, I'm sure that you can get more results. While you are using technology, you are showing some videos or something else. Yeah, they can sit and watch videos in English, or they can use some technologies about hours in English. If they don't have interaction, it's nonsense. And I know that you know that. And that's why interaction is more important than technology during your classrooms. Yeah, and communicative teaching is possible anywhere, no matter you are living in a village or you are in a I don't know, center of the cities and center of the country. Communicative teaching is impossible anywhere, even if you don't have any technologies or tools. Small changes create big impact. And it means that we have to start a small change in our classroom. If we start to change something in our classroom, I'm sure that others also do that, because everything starts from us. Yeah. And dear teachers, if Miss Sukhro, you are ready, we can move to the next one, the next page. Yep. Okay. Yeah. And exit ticket. And here I want to ask you, dear teachers, name one specific activity we analyzed today that you will use in your next lesson. We can say next lesson or any other lessons that you're going to conduct or you are going to have. And next question, from the 8 strategies we covered, which one do you think is the easiest to do without preparation? And also, however, I know that you know most of this uh, activities. I would be happy if you share your opinion one more time, which one you will use and which one is easiest for you without preparation. Yes, for example, teacher came to the class, teacher is not ready, and she can or he can use this activity without no preparation. So who can share? I would be happy to hear you. Yeah, I see here Sabrina. So she's saying like jigsaw reading. Yeah. Okay. Uh, any other? Assist each other. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Writing
Yeah,
dialogue.
I think
Okay. Yes. Okay,
from
okay,
eight
Mutriba, you're welcome to speak.
strategies,
Dilfuza, you also.
from the 8 strategies, like without preparation, predicting, we can use like predicting. Just ask a question, ask students to look at the picture from the
Uh-huh.
reading or just from the book, and then ask them. it doesn't demand us to be prepared for the lesson.
Mm-hmm. Okay, thank you so much. Thank you. Yes, you're right. And also, I see here some comments that teachers are saying they use prediction reading, and next time they are trying to use jigsaw reading. Also, I'm happy that you have desire to try it. Mutriba, you are welcome to speak. I will be happy to hear you one more time.
Yeah, thank you. For example, without preparation, I like to use the dialogue writing because
Mm-hmm.
it makes students to think about the necessary thing which we'll talk about. It will help them to imagine their role.
Mm-hmm. Okay. 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 Thank you so much, Mutriba. If you want to say something else, I'm here to listen.
And next thing, it's about the jigsaw reading. Jigsaw
Mm-hmm.
reading will help students to understand each part of the text because sometimes the text can be very long for one student, and jigsaw reading make it easier to guess and to understand what's there.
Yes, yes, you are right. Mohira,
Okay,
thank you so much, Mutriba, for your feedback, for your opinion. I'm so happy that you're sharing. Mohira, you're welcome to speak, my dear. One more time, hello, you're welcome to our today's session. Happy to hear
Hello,
you and
hello
happy to
everyone.
see you. Hello.
Next lesson, I would like to use running dictation. I think it works well with all language skills like
Oh, yes,
reading, listening, speaking, reading.
exactly.
And
Yes,
it
yes.
is the
Mm-hmm.
good strategy for any reading classes.
Mm-hmm. For annual reading classes. Yes, you are right. You mentioned, yes, you are right. You mentioned very correctly. It's very comfortable for all classes. Yes, and no matter teachers can use it for every classes, and it's really interesting activity to students. Yes, and teachers. Anyone else who wants to share? Yes, I see also here chat who some teachers are writing. So, okay, Miss Zuhro, we can move to the next, our last page of presentation. Yes, and I was very happy to have you all today. It was like a great pleasure to have you today, and I was so happy to hear your opinion, your thoughts, your ideas that you are using during your classes, during your lessons. Yes. And I don't know. I will be really happy if you could take some useful information from our today's session, and as you have mentioned, as you have told, if you will use them in your next lessons, I would be so happy. I will think, oh, I helped someone and I gave some useful information that other teachers are using it now in their classes. So one more time, thank you so much, teachers. If you have any questions, you're welcome. So Miss Sukhro, if you want to say something, I'm all ears. I hope you liked today's session. It was like interesting, I hope. Thank you one more time.
Thank you
Yes,
very
sure.
much.
Sure, we
Thank
liked
you.
it. Thank you. Thank you very
It was
much.
insightful lesson.
Thank you.
It was
Yes, it
interesting.
was
Thank you.
great session. And dear participants, thank you very much for your active participation. Now we need to proceed with the second part of today's class. So Shahzoda, thank you very much for this great presentation. You
Thank you
did
too for the opportunity.
very well. Thanks a lot.
I
But
was happy
before
to share.
Thank you very much. Before we move on, dear participants, please kindly follow the link that I have shared in our chat here in Zoom and check in for today's session. We use this check-in tool to track attendance in the sessions. And while you are doing that, let me introduce our second speaker for today. This is Nuria Oshurmamadova, who is going to talk about activities for speaking and listening. So, Nuriya, do you want me to share screen for you, or you want to do that for yourself?
Hello, everyone. I'm so glad to see all of you. And dear Zoro, nice to meet you. I need your help. But yes, I think that it would be better if you will help me.
Yes, yes, sure. Can
Thank
you
you
see my
very
screen?
much. Not yet. Ah, yes. Now I see it.
Good. Thank you, and over to you.
Okay, should I start? Yes.
Yes, please.
Hmm. Dear participants, welcome to our session, and I'm really happy to see all of you. And my topic is about communicative activities for speaking and listening in large classes, high interaction with minimal resources. So we will start with one warm-up activity, then we will start our session after warm-up activity. Mm-hmm. For warm up activity, I choose two questions because our session is speaking and listening. In this session, we will speak a lot and listen to each other a lot. So I have two questions, and the first question is, what problems do teachers face when teaching speaking in large classes? If any one of you wants to share with us, please turn on your microphone. Yes, and
First of
share with
all, I
us.
think most of our colleagues struggle with making students speak in the first place because some of them are shy, some of them don't know what to say, some of them just want to finish the lesson and do something else. And sometimes it's hard to find time for each one of them to share their opinion. But it depends on the classroom, of course, on their ability and their knowledge of English.
Yes, yes, sure. Thank you,
Thank you.
Aida.
Next, can I?
Anyone else? Yes, of course.
Okay, some problems we can face when teaching speaking class, it depends on as such what kind of topics we are discussing. Yeah? Some students will know some information about it, some students don't know information about it. Even they know some information, but they will have lack of vocabulary. The time we try to say them to use their digital resources such mobile phones, yeah, find them vocabulary, find their translations. So it will be lack of vocabulary, I think, in speaking.
Yes. Yes,
Next question, I will try. Yeah,
totally
answer.
agree.
Ina.
Yes, you can.
I
Yes,
would
you
like
can.
to add information, answer to the next questions. So we have no textbooks, no audio, no projector. Yeah, when it will happen for me, sometimes we'll don't have lack of resource facilities. Yeah, the time I speak loudly to the group listening tasks, they get adapted to them. Try to guess my listening. Sometimes we solve such kind of problems in this way.
Yes, yes, sure. Thank you very much, Ice. And also, I see in the chat that many of you are writing that teachers can face difficulties being heard. Yes, you are right. It is also a common problem. Also, I think the command of attention is very vital. Yes, it is also really. And in large classes, teachers face problems like limited individual attention, noise, and students being shy to speak. Of course, yes, dear Sharifa, you are right. Students are a bit shy to speak English because for many of the students, it is not the first language, it is maybe second or third language. So, yes, thank you very much for your message. Anyone else who wants to answer maybe the first question, maybe the second question?
May I answer?
Yes, of course, dear Dilfuza.
So actually, there are a lot of problems in large classes might happen with the teachers. First of all, I want to mention that like n- n- usually in large classes we have noisy. We might have problem with noisy students. When you ask question to someone, they will answer, but the others they can't wait. They will all start speaking, or they just start talking about another things, not the topic, or not in English. They might make noise during the lesson. And another one is that when you ask something, they just answer. They have they have idea, but they just don't want to speak fully, completely. They will just answer yes or no. This is a big problem. They will
Yes, you're right,
answer
Ilfuzun.
shortly. Yes, shortly.
Mm-hmm. Yes, thank you very much. And who wants to answer the second question? Maybe any ideas about the second question?
Can I say
May
something?
Yes,
Uh,
sure, Sabrina.
what I want
You're
to
welcome.
say, about both of the question.
Okay.
What's the problem for teaching for large class? It is first of all the size of the class, and
Mm-hmm.
also lack confidence of the student. Sometimes also it is mother tongue also impact in speaking, and also poor presentation. These are the problems that teacher met them during teaching speaking. But what about the second one? If we don't have any equipment for teaching listening, as I engage my student to listen to me. I must read the dialogue, or I must read the text myself, and they must listen to me.
Well done, Sabriniso. Thank you very much. And I think that we should move on. Dear Zuro, please. We have lesson objectives here, and by the end of this session, you will be able to identify challenges of large classes, explain key communicative teaching principles, and you will be able to demonstrate 6 high interaction activities and adapt activities to low resource contexts. Next, please. Now I want to talk about the reality of large classes. As all we know as a teachers, in large classes, we have maybe 25, 30, 35 students, also maybe limited resources, mixed proficiency levels. And I believe that in every class, we have mixed proficiency levels and limited individual attention, as you, dear participants, also mentioned about it, and classroom management challenges. The classroom management challenges are also very common problems for us, for educators, and this is the reality of large classes. Next, please, dear Zura. So we already talked about the large classes, and we might face common problems in teaching, especially speaking. And after that, I will talk about listening. So the common problems in teaching speaking are limited student talking time, because we might have 45 or 50 minutes per one class. Also, students feel shy or anxious. You already mentioned about it. Noise control issues also is a common problem for us. Difficult monitoring and overuse of teacher talk. These are all the common problems in teaching, especially speaking. And the next slide, please. Dear Zuhra, please, the next slide.
I have changed it. Can you see the principles of communicative language teaching?
Yes.
Next after that?
Yes. Yes, now we have one more discussion. Why pair work and group work? So you can turn on your microphones and speak about it, discuss about it. What do you think? Why pair work and group work? Any volunteers?
Can I?
They respond.
Yes, of course, sure.
Hello. Pair work
Hello.
and group work. I think that peer work and group work will help to students to identify some just mistakes, to just understand some topics, just to choose one topic and discuss. In my class, I usually choose peer work because two students will just um, discuss one topic and they will explain as a teacher. I think that both of them are good for the students. Thank you.
Good idea, Zilnuza. Thank you very much. Anyone else?
Hi. I want to talk
Hi.
about pair work and group works. For example, when we try group works, I like it when we have more than 15 students, maybe, when we can give them more, I don't know, members in their group and so on. Pair work when we have like a six, seven, eight, something like this one, and we can talk with each other, give some examples. You can check everyone because you just have time. It's okay. And after them, in the end, you can check everyone.
I agree. Thank you very much.
Okay,
So,
can I?
anyone else? Ice, okay, you're welcome.
Okay, so while we're teaching and while we're holding or conducting our lessons, we'll try to do types of work here: individual work, pair work, group work. So, especially group work, it involves all the class interpersonal class activities. Pair work, it supported each other. So how the students comprehend the lessons and assess their works. So it's aided for us using such kind of pair work and group work to be activative.
I like your ideas. Thank you very much, Ice. Now, I can. Yes, sure.
Pair work and group works, it really work because uh, uh, you will have communicative classroom and all students may have chance talking and listening to each other, exchanging their ideas when they know something or when they don't know something, they might learn from each other. It's a great one.
Yes, sure. Thank you very much, Dilfuza. And in the chat, Sabriniso wrote that the shy students have a chance to speak. Yes, I totally agree with you, Sabriniso. And Sharifa said that peer work and group work because they encourage collaboration, allow sharing of ideas, improve communication skills, and help learners solve problems together. Yes, you are completely right. Thank you very much. And Donistamo, we involve every student. Of course, in pair work and in group work, we always involve every student. So every student has a chance to speak, to listen, and Farzona, pair and group work help students express opinions, yes, listen to others, of course, agree and disagree politely, improve improve fluency. Of course, they will improve their English, improve their fluency, and they listen to each other. And also, students learn from each other. Yes. It is also time saving. Great idea. I liked your idea, Sim, very much. And it gives students moral and emotional support, of course. These strategies work because they involve collaboration. With using them, students meet their needs. Yes, sure. They give more practice and involvement, of course. They work because students can learn from each other. Yeah, yeah. And every student tries to speak, boost confidence among students. Yes. Thank you to all of you for writing your ideas. Your ideas are really great. And now I think that we should move on. Dear Zuhro. I have some ideas of demonstration of communicative activities. Of this idea is information gap activity, which help students to speak. For example, students A and B have different information. They must speak to complete the task. For example, the student A has a task about bus schedule, and the student B has a task about tourist timetable. So they ask questions and complete the missing information, and they will discuss it, and every one of them will complete the information. It is a great idea because no technology needed and high speaking time. So I think that many of you used this activity. If anyone used, can you share your ideas, your opinions about information gap activity? Any volunteers? Aidar, you're welcome. You can speak.
Thank you. Yeah, I saw multiple examples of information gap activity in English file by Oxford, and yeah, it's quite helpful, interesting. I don't know what else to add.
Do your students like it?
I wouldn't say they don't like it. It's engaging and interactive. Yeah, it is used in various books across the English textbooks.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you very much. Mutriba, yes, you can go on.
I use the book Business English for my finance students who study finance, and the instruction of their language classes is English. And usually they like to use the gap activity because they have to guess the meaning of the economical term, and it helps them to find out and put the words in the gap. And I think it's very useful, and it will help them to memorize new terms which is connected with their specialty.
Great. Thank you for sharing your experiences. Thank you very much. And next, please, dear Zuhro. So I have another great example, and I'm sure that all of you use it. The name of the activity is Find Someone Who. Students walk around asking classmates questions, and the questions are like here in the picture you can see a paper with questions. So students walk around and ask each other and fill the answers, the answer sites. For example, find someone who has visited another city. Find someone who wakes up early. They will find who wakes up early. They will find who visited another city and fill the gaps. The benefits of it is movement, repetition, um, of structures, and high energy. And yes, someone already mentioned that they use it a lot. Can you share it by turning on your microphone? And yes, I'm sure that you all use this activity. It is such an amazing activity and
Yes,
energizing activity. Mm-hmm.
yes, it's a really interesting activity because when you have like, I don't know, grades from fifth to seven, it's really interesting with students. They're like really children and teenagers, of course, younger teenagers, how it's calls, middle schools. And when you give not only this line and give some, for example, ball or some like a stick, and said just give the next boy, next girl, and ask each other. They will practice speaking, they will practice their vocabulary activities, and you can check, for example, lesson grammar, some, I don't know, rules, question tags on other, for example, I don't know, but you will try that moment. Or you can try even these activities with some, for example, you said, today we will try conditional. Could you ask with conditional or other thing? Something like this way. I think it's very not thing. I know I practice it with my students. Try with this fifth and seventh grade. It's very useful, very interesting for them.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. Yeah, it is like an icebreaker, and it is really, really interesting. Anyone else who wants to share his or her experience with us?
May I?
Yes, sure, Mutriba.
Yeah, I usually do this exercise, and before starting the exercise, I ask my students to remember their group mates' answer in order to make them to be more attentive to each other's answer. And it will help us to make them to remember who has the similar maybe hobbies or the things which they have in common.
Yes, yes. Thank you very much. Thank you for sharing your experiences. I liked them a lot. And I think that we should move on to the next activity. It is also communicative activity. Yeah. This activity is role play in groups. So you give simple scenario. For example, you are at a market, one student is a seller and one is a customer. This activity can be expanded like parent-teacher meeting, job interview, doctor and patient role play. And the tip is assign a clear role to reduce chaos. So we should assign a clear role in order for them to speak and to listen to each other and in order to reduce the chaos. And I'm also sure that you use role play in groups in your classes. And if any volunteers wants to share their experience with us, you are welcome. So anyone who wants
But
to
I say
share?
again, excuse me,
Mm-hmm.
I tried this one the last time with my some students from
Mm-hmm.
school and even students at university, like a IELTS form of speaking part. Like for example,
Uh-huh.
I ask them like examiner, and they will just my, I don't know, I will try their speaking part. It's this first time. And the second time we try this. If you know, like theater by the fingers, we will try some sense, some fairy tales. It's more lovely for my ninth grade. And role play in groups. It's not only just speaking. You can use your emotion. If you give like a, I booked
Mm-hmm.
someplace and they said, book, give me your book, and try their book even in the table, something like this one. It's more useful that moment. Just have a fun, practice your speaking, practice your language, and also, of course, vocabulary.
Mm-hmm. Great. Thank you for sharing. And here, Rosetta wrote in the chat that role playing in groups is known as skits in my home country. Wow, so interesting. Thank you. And Sabriniso and others say that my students like this activity. It is so fun. And also, this is called in my home country skits. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you for sharing with us. It's so interesting to listen to all of you. And the
May I?
next, oh, okay, yes, Dilfuza.
Yeah. Role playing in groups, it really works. When I ask my students, even they like when make a dialect, make a role play, and even they how to say they act, they will show up, and they are so how to say engaged into role playing, and even they wrote their how to say costumes in order to be real role plays. That's why they are so engaged. Yeah, my students really like doing role plays in groups.
Wow. I'm glad to hear that. Thank you very much, Dilfuza.
Can I
Zubro,
add?
please. Okay. Mm-hmm.
I definitely use role play activity in my classroom at the end of the lesson to grade their oral pronunciation. This activity is really fun for them. We can promote both their interaction and communication with this activity, and I really like this role plays. And another activity I use most in my classes is mingling. Mingling
Yeah.
activity is also good to assess their communication.
Yes, yes. Thank you very much. And we will move on to the next slide. And I also have one more communicative activities. One more. It is about the listening part, as we have speaking and listening topic. So this activity is about the listening one. The name of this activity is Jigsaw Listening, as the previous speaker Shahzoda mentioned about jigsaw reading. Here we have jigsaw listening, and it is like a teacher reads a short text, and the first group listens for dates, for example, and the second group listens for names, and the third group listens for reasons. Students share information afterward, and they will get the main idea of the text. And we don't need audio equipment here, so it is really helpful for us if we don't have audio equipment. And I'm sure that you use jigsaw listening, and any one of you who wants to share with us your experience about jigsaw listening, you're welcome. You can turn on and speak and share your ideas. We have jigsaw is a great idea. Oh, yes. Try to use it. Sabrina, so any volunteers? Shahlo, I didn't know about this before. Yes, it is like jigsaw listening, jigsaw reading, and it is really interesting.
Can I?
Yes, Mutriba, sure.
As we know, the part of reading, the second part, it's of course listening. After reading in jigsaw schema, the students have to retell the text or to tell about the story, the part which they had read. And of course, the listening turn by the groups, I think this is the part of jigsaw listening. And they have to share their own parts they have read, and it is will help them for the group of students to understand the long texts, not to be tired of reading, but very useful tool in order to make it easy for their understanding.
Yes, sure, of course. And here Jumagul is saying that jigsaw listening would be my first and next try. Yeah, I encourage you to try this strategy, this activity, because it's really helpful and it can reduce the time, but the students will get the main idea of the text and they will get the more information. Thank you for sharing your ideas. Thank you. Please, dear Zuhro, the next slide. We have another communicative activity. And this activity is predict, listen, and confirm activity. The purpose of it is like students activate background knowledge, make predictions, then listen to check their predictions. How it works? It shows a title, photo, or keyword. So we can show a title or a photo or a keywords. Then students predict the content in pairs. So it can be a pair work or a group work. Also, we can play audio once, then students confirm, revise, and discuss what they heard. So it will boost their critical thinking also. And the focus of this activity is about listening for gist and meaningful comprehension. And it is really very helpful. I usually use it. And my students also like this activity very much because they really want to predict something. And if they are right, then they listen to the audio. And if they are right, they become very happy about their predictions. So anyone who uses it can share their experience with us. Any volunteers? I'm sure that you also use this activity. Sabriniso is saying that sometimes I use it and it works well. Mohidil, I will try it. Yes, I encourage you to try this activity. It is really nice. And anyone else who wants to share their experience?
Yeah, can I?
Of course, Mutriba.
For example, once I tried with the text from the English file, which was connected with the text "Strangers on the Train," and it was the title of the text, and our student made their predictions before listening to the audio, and it was interesting to listen to their different ideas. And I think it will help students to start to imagine what the story will be about with such kind of title.
Yes, sure. Thank you very much, Mutriba.
Welcome.
And dear Zuhra, please, the next slide. So we have one more communicative activity. It is called debate lines. So you should divide class into agree and disagree groups. You can read a statement like, for example, homework should be banned. Or, for example, group work is better than individual work. Or, for instance, students should choose their own subjects. So you read the statement, then you divide students into groups, read the statement, and students defend their positions in pairs across the line. And you can ask them why they agree, why they disagree, and the other students can also say their opinions, why they agree and disagree, and it is really helpful activity. I also use it very much in my classes, especially in listening parts. So anyone who uses it, can you share your experiences with us? your ideas? Here in chat, we have agree and disagree is known in my teachings, a form of debate. Yeah, of course, it is a debate. I use it. It is like a debate. Yeah, really, it is like a debate. Great point. I use it, and my students also like debating. Yeah, I agree. Because my students also like debate very much. Uh, this is a great tool. It helps to give reasons. Yeah. I use it helpful, but sometimes their discuss become very long. Yeah, I totally agree with you, Shahlo. It can be very long, but it is like speaking, listening class, so they speak a lot, yeah, and listening to each other. Having clear rules is very important here to avoid students fighting at the end of the activity. Yeah, of course. From which level should we start? It doesn't matter, Mohidil. You can start from the starter groups till the advanced group. The main idea is for starters, you will read a bit easy statement. And for the advanced group, you will read more difficult statement and they will discuss it. They will debate it. It is okay for the various levels. Thank you very much for your ideas. I think that we should move to the next slide. Dear Zuhra, please. So, I shared many activities and I received back your experiences. So now I want to share adapting to low resource contexts. So if in our classes we don't have projector or if our projector doesn't work, we can use board, of course, and instead of worksheets, we can use notebooks and we can encourage our students to use their notebooks. And instead of printed cards, we can write on a board or our students can write on a board in a group work or in a pair work. They can also use a board. And instead of speakers, teacher reads aloud. Yes, as I mentioned in my in several activities, teachers can read aloud if they don't have speakers. So it is like adapting to low resource contexts. And the next, thank you very much, Zuro. So now it is time to reflection and action planning. So can you please share your opinions about these three questions? Which activity will you try first? What challenges might you face and how will you solve it? Please, I encourage you to turn on your microphones and speak. Share your ideas. Jigsaw listening. So if jigsaw listening, what challenges might you face and how will you solve it? Jigsaw listening. Any volunteers who want to share? Dear Sharifa, thank you very much. I will try peer work first. The challenge might be unequal participation, and I will solve it, giving clear roles and encouraging everyone to contribute. Jigsaw listening. And if we have all these devices, we can't use because of electricity. Maybe students couldn't catch at the first time, but we will practice. Yeah, of course. It will be more clear by practicing, of course. My students can't catch some information, how to solve it to assist them. I think that clear instruction is very helpful. You can explain them several times, and they, of course, can catch it. Role playing. Mm-hmm. Uh-huh. Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you for sharing your ideas. It was very interesting. So, the next slide, please, dear Zuhro. Thank you for your attention. Thank you for sharing your ideas. I liked this session a lot. Thank you.
Thank you, dear Nuria. We liked this session too. Thank you, dear participants, for your active engagement. So with this, we conclude today's session. I was really happy to see all of these great messages in our group chat from teachers with different backgrounds, some teaching academic English, some teaching general English, some teaching to adults, some teaching to young learners. That was really interesting to learn about your experiences. Thank you very much for sharing these messages. And I wish all of you to have a great evening. If you are fasting and didn't have your iftar yet, I wish you a happy iftar. If you are not fasting, I wish you just a happy evening. Anyways, thank you for deciding to spend this time with us. And I hope to see all of you again on Saturday. And on Saturday, we are meeting at 2 p.m. I know that this schedule can seem confusing at the beginning, but on Tuesday we meet in the evening, and on Saturday we meet in the afternoon. So, anyways, I'm going to send the reminders in the Telegram group chat as well. So, hope to see all of you there again. And yes, thank you. Goodbye, everyone. Thank you, Nuria. Thank you, Shahzoda, for great
Thank
sessions
you.
today. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.